Jim, you want to start it off?
Yeah, so Mr. Morgan, you just sent this out. The real price of silver is $2,000 an ounce. That's pretty bold, man. A lot of people are going to be saying, "What's Morgan smoking now? What's your argument here?"
Yeah, definitely. Well, there is a question mark behind that, Jim. So let me start there. Let me also say that in print around 2003, I said the price of silver would get to 100. So that's 20 times less than 2000. But there is some thought behind this $2,000 an ounce. And actually, you were there with me at the Silver Symposium when I went through my lecture. And I talked about why silver is not money. Because if you look at silver from a historical perspective, its highest value is when it's money. When it's money from the time of recorded history, basically, you go back thousands of years ago, the gold silver ratio never got above 20. And most of the time it hovered around the natural ratio at that time, which was 12 to 1, not 16 to 1. That's a man-made monetary ratio. But the natural ratio out of the ground is about 12 to 1 in the 13th century or so, 12th century. And now it's it's about 9 to 1. It's less than 10 to 1. And yet the gold silver ratio is 75 to 1 right now. The point being is when silver is money and gold is money, and it's a bimetallic system, you have a very interesting gold silver ratio that's very close to the natural ratio. So it's beyond a shadow of a doubt that silver is valued as money higher than it's valued as just a industrial commodity. I think everyone knows that. Now there's a lot of arguments about, it isn't money, and I won't go there. I don't have time. But what I will say,
don't have time for that foolishness, right? Okay.
Not for me. But when we go to looking at my lecture, I said, there was and it's in this article, but if you go and look at the, labor force, and, all money is supposed to, coincide pretty much with labor. I mean, when you work, whether it's physical, mental, or combination, you're getting paid in some unit that is an energy unit, you could call it, with a piece of paper or a digit or a crypto or a piece of metal that represents that amount of value. And you can store it if you don't have to spend it, that day or that week or that month. In other words, if you have some ability to save, then that's stored energy. And that stored energy should maintain the labor value, but it doesn't in an inflationary environment.